Everybody loves a wrestler who can work a great match. However, that's only part of what makes a wrestler so memorable and fun. They call it sports entertainment for a reason. Being able to cut a killer promo can turn a passable wrestler into a fan favorite, and can even turn a good wrestler into a legend. Every now and again, a superstar unleashes a promo that is one for the ages, and here are the 10 best examples of mic work in wrestling history. Jericho played the pompous heel better than anybody. He was so good that he could even make a feud with Dean Malenko interesting. Malenko had been billed as the man of 1,000 holds since joining WCW. Jericho responded by declaring himself the man of 1,004 holds, and in one memorable promo, he proceeded in reading from a list of holds that he knew. Apparently Jericho has always had a thing for lists, and he knew how to turn them into comedy gold. Okay, so maybe the Macho Man's cream of the crop promo isn't great in the traditional sense. That being said, if you want to talk about memorable interviews in pro wrestling, you have to mention the meme-worthy time Randy Savage got weird with some cream. The phrase cream of the crop may be well known. Very rarely does somebody use it and actually use cream as a prop though. Therein lies the genius of the Macho Man. Maybe he really was the cream of the crop, and he needed to show us that. Recently, we lost the legendary Bobby the Brain Heenan. The Brain's death came with the thought of also losing Ric Flair, one of the true icons of pro wrestling. Heenan and Flair were, simply put, two of the best talkers in the wrestling business, so when the two of them worked together, you knew it was going to be great. In 1991, Flair left WCW for WWE, bringing the world title with him. This was monumental. Who did WWE decide on to introduce Flair to the WWE audience? Why, the Brain, of course. Heenan was usually used as a mouthpiece for wrestlers who couldn't handle the mix themselves. This was not one of those occasions, and that's part of what made this so memorable. When the WWE announced Talking Smack was no longer going to be a weekly program, fans bemoaned the situation. It was largely because of moments like when The Miz went in on Daniel Bryan. Before The Miz let loose, he was floundering in his role as a prima donna heel. People were largely apathetic about The Miz. Then, Bryan made a comment about The Miz's safe wrestling style, and the erstwhile Mike Mizanin went off. He unleashed an intense promo that got the internet buzzing and almost single-handedly turned The Miz into the most over heel in the company. Even though Miz is now on Raw, away from Bryan, the power of that promo still lingers. The invasion angle was not a great time for WWE. Having recently purchased WCW as well as ECW, the WWE had no competitors left, at least outside the company. Inside though, Paul Heyman, the man behind ECW, had given grievances to air. Sure, it was part of an angle and part of a gimmick, but Heyman's words were as stinging and vicious as anything you have ever heard in a wrestling ring. If you thought Roman Reigns and John Cena were having at it, do yourself a favor and see what a real takedown promo sounds like. For weeks in '99, WWE viewers were treated to a countdown clock, which finally hit 0 while The Rock was in the ring. It turns out that the countdown was leading up to the WWE debut of Y2J himself. As noted earlier, Jericho is one of the best talkers in wrestling history, but he found himself matched up with an equal on the mic in The Rock. The two went back and forth, going after one another with the razor-sharp promo skills both possessed. Who got the better of the confrontation? That's probably a matter of personal opinion. To this day, the moment Hulk Hogan turned heel and joined the NWO is one of the most surprising events in pro wrestling history. When Hogan dropped that leg on Macho Man and raised his arms with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, the fans nearly broke out in a riot. Hogan didn't need to say anything and it still would have been a huge event. Then the Hulkster cut a heel promo that just got the fans more riled up. The power of Hulkamania was on full display. The American Dream's Hard Times promo is so famous that it has its own page on the lyrics website Genius. Dusty Rhodes, the quintessential everyman, was ready to square off with Ric Flair. The opposite of the everyman, Rhodes mustered up all his intensity and good old boy charms to get everybody riled up on his side for his battle with the Nature Boy. It wasn't just about wrestling. It was about the downtrodden having a hero fighting for them, and that hero was Dusty. While Punk's speech wasn't the first work-shoot promo, or even the first on this list, arguably no promo in recent memory has been as impactful as the Punk promo. That has come to be known as the Pipe Bomb. At the time, Punk was feuding with John Cena, Golden Boy of WWE, and also talking about leaving the company. He used the occasion to repeatedly break the fourth wall and to talk trash about Cena, the WWE, and even wrestling fans. It was the kind of promo that people swear is real, even if it wasn't. That's the power of Punk. Steve Austin had drifted around the wrestling world for years, and even had a run in the WWE as the Ringmaster. Nothing had really stuck. Then Austin became Stone Cold, and the rest is history. If you were looking for the moment where the legend of Stone Cold is born, all signs point to the moment where the first of his many catchphrases was also born. Having beaten the religious Jake the Snake Roberts to win the King of the Ring, Stone Cold took the opportunity to run down his defeated opponent. The words echo to this day. Austin 3:16 says, "I just whipped your ass." And these were 10 of the best wrestling promos in history. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling Hub, and I'll see you later with more wrestling videos.